All right, we're back. Steve Arterburn here. Let's talk with Lee from Phoenix, Arizona. KNXN is the station. Hello, Lee.
Hi there.
How are you doing?
I'm great. I'm so happy to speak with you all.
Well, we're happy to speak with you. I was in your nice city for about 45 minutes today when I flew out of Indiana at 4 a.m. in the morning. Yes.
So you didn't melt in the airport?
No, I didn't. But it does get hot there.
Wasn't 120 yet.
It does get quite hot there in the summer.
But it's a dry heat.
Oh, yeah.
Right, Lee?
Right. Everything dries
I love the dry. I grew up in Phoenix, so I love that dry heat. I still do not. I got into my car today. I did not turn the air conditioner on for about 15 minutes because I just love that dry heat.
All right. How can we help you?
Well, I have a real fragile situation. My daughter is diagnosed with an eating disorder. She's in residential treatment right now.
Okay.
Which has been the best decision I've made, I believe.
Great.
For
Really
her.
good. Good to hear that.
And, I was figuring out where she should go, and there's not very many places, but I did find a place that takes her insurance. That's a godsend. But the real problem is that she's there, and she's in denial, and she doesn't really believe that she should be there as long as they want her. And I have limited contact until I start to enter the picture and go up there for parent support meetings and that kind of thing. But to make the matters worse, she has a boyfriend. She's 17, and she has a boyfriend that she has limited contact with, hasn't seen, lives somewhere else, and he is extremely controlling, and then just his true colors really showed when all this happened. And I guess my question is, how should I handle this boyfriend situation as far as contact and things like that when she gets out and she comes home? Because when she comes home, it's a whole nother dynamics.
Okay, great question. John, you have a thought?
Well, when you said he lives in another area, I just want to get a kind of feel for the logistics. So where does he, what's his access to her? Is he a plane ride away? And secondly... And the secondly...
Access is internet.
Okay, so they're not going to see each other face-to-face, it's just internet?
We had planned on it, and I was giving him the benefit of the doubt, and now that all this happened, I prayed to God. I said, if you don't want this trip to happen in July, close the door. Well, he closed it all right.
All right.
So we're not going.
When
and
you said he's controlling...
When he's friends are telling me that they never liked him either. So.
Lee, when you say he's controlling, we need some specifics.
Okay. Well, I had a bad feeling when I met him, but I went ahead and just kind of tried to stay open about it, because when your daughter's dating somebody, you always probably don't like who it is, so you really know them. But he started sending me, when she went into residential care, he started sending me very negative, condescending, horrible emails, and attached some negative reviews of the place she's at, and just slammed me with 4 or 5 emails that same night. And I called the mom, and I said, look, he's crossing boundaries, and he was trying to call this residential treatment facility, and so that really showed me. And then I was able to access some information my daughter has and found out that she, all along, has kind of had the inkling that he's very controlling, meaning he tries to set things and do things before she agrees, and
so Lee,
he doesn't let her really have a say.
How did your daughter learn how to get comfortable with controlling men? And she's in an eating disorder rehab center, so control is a big issue for her. Where did she learn this behavior?
Well, I went through a horrible divorce, and she was used as the pawn in the middle of it. Not by me. I really tried not to do that. I didn't do it. But this man I was married to was very controlling and manipulative, and she's been very hurt. And I'm a single parent, so I think it feels to her like there's a lot of control, maybe because I have to do everything. And that's why I'm real concerned about her coming back.
All right, Lee, let me give you sort of a formula. She's moving on 18, so she's probably senior in high school now?
Yeah.
So she's got another year with you before she does whatever. Right? Stays home, community college, a job or whatever, but you got another year under the roof, right?
Correct.
You got a short-term answer here and a long-term answer. And the long-term answer is she's got to be in such healthy community with you for a year that you require as a mom, honey, as long as you're with me in this last year, we're going to have groups and 12-step and church things and high school groups, and there's going to be a mentor and a lady who's a great mentor in that high school group, but I'm requiring that. My wife and I were just entered empty nesting, and we required our kids to be in small group, and we require them to be in group in church, and we require them to have mentors. And if anybody says, well, give them a choice at 14, call me, because I think that they're insane. You got to tell her, just like taking out the trash, I want to make you be around healthy people. Jesus said, if you kick a demon out of a house and you don't put some good stuff in, 7 more are going to come back in. So this girl's heart's got to be full of healthy, growing people. That's the long-term answer, because then she'll realize the guy's a control freak like Sherry was picking up, and I don't like him. The short-term answer is, no, you can't spend time with him. He's off limits. Your life is in jeopardy, so I'm just being a parent here. And if she starts acting out and sneaking around and doing rendezvous, then you're going to have a different problem, and that's when you bring curfews and do you need to go back to residential care again? But no, you protect those 4 walls of your home, and you protect your daughter from this guy. That's what grown-ups do.
All right. And then after you've done that, you realize that's not going to fix your daughter.
Right.
She really needs some help.
We'll send boundaries with teens. That's a good start for all that.
Okay.
Sometimes it's hard for parents to know what it's like because it's the first time, right?
Yeah.
And there's a part of just having to trust the process. The people that she's with right now get eating disorder, and they're going to be other kids her age talking about it, and why she's going in thinking, I don't need to be here. Usually what happens is they hear that I do need to be here by the end of their term. And
it's a culture. They develop a culture of health.
Yeah.
And then she stays in that culture going forward. Those kids that I'm working with that have those issues, I have them in a weekly eating disorder group when they come out, or, because it helps them keep sober, honest with themselves, and getting their feelings out without shame. So,
okay. Yeah. If you have a child with an eating disorder, 1 or 2 things are not going to fix it. No. It is such a complex problem.
You're right.
And it's going to take a whole bunch of things coming together in a healthy way.